could you put the sign any further from my freaking van? Literally, I have to walk through the entire state and probably a bunch of poison ivy and shit. Okay, anyway, I don't think I can get a better picture. Good morning from New York. This is my 4th state in less than 12 hours. So I got into Indiana at like 10 p.m. last night, drove 2 hours to 2.5 hours to Ohio, slept and rested up there. Blue sky, please. Thank you. Rested up there, and the rest stop was just fantastic, as you saw. And now I am heading to Niagara Falls through the tiny little top part of Pennsylvania. So Pennsylvania was basically to stop and get gas, because as much as I love New York, I lived in New York City for a summer. I've been to New York City probably about 50 times, but I haven't really been in upstate New York ever. Never been to Niagara Falls, which is where I'm headed. But yeah, I'm in the land of toll roads. It's like when I'm going through the toll plaza, there's no cashier or anything. It just says, like, big sign says pay by mail. So I just have to keep track of how many tolls I've gone through. Well, I already went through one, and it's like, no, I'm getting zapped. You know, that's how I feel when I'm being, like, through a toll plaza that my easy tag, which is right up here, does not work. So thank you, Texas, for working in at least 24 states, but not working anywhere I need it to work, like here. So I'm probably going to get toll fees for Chicago for the I-80, the Interstate 80, because I paid part of it, but I know going towards Chicago from Minnesota and Ohio, no, that's the wrong side, going from Wisconsin through Chicago to get to Indiana and back into Michigan, I know, like, last week I probably got zapped, and so I know I'll probably get another invoice for that. But yeah, so New York is like the world of turnpikes and toll roads. So my earliest memory, I was born in London, but my parents were American. So up until probably age 3 or 4, I do believe I went to America like a bunch of times. I have photos of, like, my family, my older sister and my brother and my mom and my dad, kind of all being in places in America, which I'd like to go back to and just kind of recreate the picture with just me. But yeah, and then my earliest memory is being at my aunt and uncle's house in New Jersey, and I remember going through a toll road. Now, we don't have those in England the same way. We don't think we have them in England at all, like where you have the big toll plaza with the big bucket where you throw the money. And I remember I must have been probably 3 or 4, and I remember throwing the money into the toll. Like, I have a memory of that, and I don't know where it was. I'm pretty sure it must have had to have been New Jersey, because that's where my parents were from. But yeah, so that's kind of what I remember. So I have been basically forking over my kidney ever since I was 3 years old, and I'll be 45 this year. So yeah, anyway, actually the tolls aren't really that bad. I'm actually going to be in the New England area for the next, like, month. So I fly out of Boston in 2 weeks, or the end of next week, so in about 12 days. And then I fly back into Boston, then I explore. I'm just going to go slow and explore, like, Pennsylvania and the lower part of New York and New York City. I want to go into Long Island, but I'm going to go into Rhode Island as well, and then down into like Maryland and Delaware and Washington, D.C., and then fly out of Baltimore. So I'm not entirely sure where I'm going to keep my van in Baltimore. I may have to go get some maintenance done at the Nissan dealership. So that I need to get my transmission flushed. So I think I'll schedule in Baltimore, and that way I can leave it at a Nissan dealer and not have to leave it at airport parking. Because I think Baltimore is like behind Chicago, and Houston's getting up there, one of the most violent cities in the country. But I think it's like downtown Baltimore, which I actually stayed in the night before I got the van. I actually bought it in Baltimore, and it was sold while I was on the plane. So I ended up taking a $100 Uber from Baltimore all the way to Dulles Airport. So I only had a one-way ticket, so I had to drive home, and then found this van at a Moroccan dealership just outside Dulles Airport in Virginia. So I was like, oh, I have no way to get back to Texas. So anyway, so the same flight I'm taking home from Baltimore in a month is going to be the same flight when I go back from Houston to Baltimore. That's the same flight I took when I got my girl. So she was born in Wisconsin, and she was in I couldn't believe it, 50,000 50,000 miles on it. It was a 2018. I got it in January 2021. It had 50,000 miles, no rust, no damage, nothing. Pristine condition, just a little small dent on the front bumper, which I got the bumper replaced. And it turned out that it was in warm storage the whole of COVID, and it got repoed. So it was a painter's van. So I do have some specks of paints that are on like the side mirrors and stuff, but that's, you know, not a major player. I'm going to repaint the whole thing as a yellow submarine anyway. So I'm going to do the whole Beatles yellow submarine theme. If you don't know, I have a Beatles themed van, by the way, and that's why she's called Prudence. But yeah, so I was just like, how? And I put it up on the lift and I looked under. I was like, how is this so perfect? Yeah, so it's, I mean, I've had some updates and upgrades that I've done, and I've had to get things replaced just from it not being used for, you know, almost 2 years during COVID. But when I got her, you know, obviously I put her to use, but I get my oil changed every 3,000 miles, which is basically every 2 weeks. So the day before I fly home, I always go get an oil change. I've had all the spark plugs and the transmission flushed and the coolant flushed, and new serpentine belt and new brake pads, and so a lot of like the mechanical stuff I've had replaced and upgraded. New wheels, new tires. I do need to start rotating the front tires to the back, which I'll probably just replace the front tires. But I'm only going to be on paved roads now for the next, like, I don't know, until I get to Florida. So for the next 2 months I'm going to be on highways. I'm not going to be off-roading anywhere. So I think the tires should be fine until I get back to Houston eventually. If I ever go back to Houston with the van, I may just park it up somewhere and just keep flying them out every 2 weeks. Sorry, I had a phone call. It's just spam. So yeah, so yesterday Orlando was complete chaos. I was just like, what it was that a bunch of people weren't let onto our flight, even though they got to the gate on time. For some reason they weren't let on. The pilot actually had to get up and go talk to the gate attendants. Now in Spirit, for Spirit Airlines, the gate attendants get $10 commission every time they charge you $100 for your carry-on bag. So they will never let you on. If they think they can like get away with telling you that your carry-on bag is too heavy or too big, I think it's too big, they will get a $10 commission. So I always carry like the bare minimum, but I do put a few extra things in a plastic, like you know, bag from, like I always buy water and stuff, so I'll just put some extra things. Like I bought this, which I'm very happy that I got. It's a blend jet, which I heard a total crap, but I need something to blend. I need to start making my own frappuccinos instead of spending $7 on an oatmeal frappuccino, which is like $1.50 more just because I have oat milk in it rather. So yeah, so my oat milk frappuccinos. I've got some really good spiced chai that I found that I can like carry on packets. So yeah, so I've got that. So that's why. And then I also had to carry on my new cover. I have two of these now, two new covers for my bikes on the back. Luckily I only need to use one of them because I doubled up the two bike covers on the current bike that's back there. And when I put this Humunga bike back on the back, I'll put the new cover on it. These get ripped up really quickly. They're supposed to be like durable and sturdy, but they're not. So I have those two things that I just put in like a shopping bag with my food and everything. So that's fine, and that's perfectly acceptable. I'm not breaking any rules or anything. I did manage to bring my fake jet oil minus the gas, you know, on the plane. Put that in a little plastic bag. Yeah, so, but anyway, so yeah, so yesterday at the airport, everyone was getting bumped off flights and crying, and then this Japanese woman, like, came up to the counter that I was at, and it wasn't even her flight, and she just started speaking Japanese to the gate attendant guy, and I could hear him, like, trying to speak Japanese to her, and I went over there, I said, do you need some help? And he goes, oh, yes, please, thank you. And so I listened to what she had to say. So what happened was, you have to take a train to get to different terminals in Indianapolis. And so she had taken the train, the DRENCHED, taken the train to the wrong terminal. And then, because she couldn't understand, she said, I couldn't understand, couldn't understand the announcement. And so she ended up going on the wrong train to the wrong gate. Now what it was she read her seat as the gate number. So she was in like 26E. So she went to the E terminal instead of the A terminal. And which is understandable. I mean, there's a bunch of stuff on the ticket, right? A bunch of names and numbers and all that stuff. So she ended up going all the way to the E terminal and then missed her flight to Atlanta from Orlando. And it's only like an hour flight. It's not very far. So, and I know this because we flew flew over Atlanta to get to Indianapolis from Orlando yesterday, because I had the layover in Orlando. And it was just like this the whole way. We're in thunderstorms, and it was so cool because there was like lightning. We were above the clouds, but we could see all the lightning storms. And I wanted to film it, but the guy in my row was just cracking everyone up because he was snoring so loudly, like snorting jello in a freight train in a wind tunnel. And I wanted to film out his window, but I didn't want it to look like I was filming him. But plus the noise would have, like, anyway, I would have had to put a soundtrack on or something to drown out the noise of his snores. I slept like a rock because snoring doesn't bother me. I haven't had so many boyfriends, but my boyfriends generally snore. Snoring doesn't bother me. You know, I figured they're content and happy. The happy snore. Yeah, snoring doesn't bother me. Babies crying doesn't bother me. What bothers me is the reverb of a truck or somebody that decides that right outside my bedroom window is like the cell phone corner, and they're like talking on their cell phone, and all you hear is like the Charlie Brown, like, that bothers me because it's like, speak loud or don't speak at all. Like, don't be in between. Like the in between bit, like pick a fight. So pick your battles. Anyway, so yeah, so I helped the lady, and then I told her where to go for the service counter, and then I told the guy some keywords. I was like, please ask her if she has insurance, which is Hokkien. Please ask her, you know, the list of questions, and he's like writing down the vocabulary. He goes, yeah, I took Japanese for 3 years 7 years ago, and I'm like, okay, well, I lived in a village in northern Japan for 4 years, and you know, basically learned Japanese when I couldn't find my car, forgot where I lived, and I was hungry. So when you're in survival mode, it's very easy to just suddenly like, oh, I gotta pick up the language now. So yeah, so I helped her, and she's very, very helpful, and thankfully her accent, the way, like, she sounded like she wasn't from like Tokyo, like the main city, so it was actually pretty easy to understand her. Plus, you know, it's like kind of that stereotypical, like, talks for 20 minutes, but really what they say is like, it sounds good, you know, because yeah, so she had the whole explanation, and she wasn't really upset or anything. That's the funny thing. She was just like I explained to her, I said, well, where did you go? And she said, well, I went to like 26E, and I said, oh, that's your seat. That's not your gate number. She's like, oh, you know, stupid me. But anyway, so I helped her, and she's really cute, and so it's from a little old lady. But anyway, so that was my you know, helping the world. So every time I talk to Harriet, I always ask her 3 things, because she always wants Robux money for Roblox, and so in order to get her a little allowance, weekly allowance, she has to tell me on every call something that she did good, or did well, something that she could do better, and somehow that she's helped somebody. And she's always like, in real life or video game. Sometimes I'm like, either one's fine, but usually we'll do in real life. And she's you know, if she didn't help anyone that day, I always ask her, well, what's an idea how you can help somebody, you know, tomorrow? And she'll say, oh, I help somebody open the door, or help somebody open their milk at lunchtime or something. So we work a lot on that because, you know, as an only child, she doesn't have to share at home. You know, she's got multiple houses that she, you know, stays at, because just the way that we are. And so, you know, being single mom, single dad, and then grandma. So yeah, so she's very much, you know, we make sure that we remind her that just because she's on her own, you know, only child, like, she still has to be considerate and share, and, like, you know, but we spoil her. So of course we do. That's what we do. So anyway, okay, so I'm heading to Niagara Falls. Okay, I'm in the city of Niagara Falls, and this is like San Antonio. It's just a big like tourist trap right now. Lots of places. So I am going to go to this welcome center. I think it's in here. $25 all day parking. Oh, what the hell? And then there's this person in their little mobility scooter. That is awesome. That is my spirit mammal. Seriously, dude. All right, so I'm going to go into this parking. Hopefully I can park outside. This is crazy. Probably not as busy as it would be. No parking. Yeah, parking sucks here right now, but this person is literally in front of me on the road. Okay, that parking lot is full. That dude is still on his mobility scooter. He's got like a whole ton of beer in the front. Okay, so I'm gonna figure out lot full. Probably should have got here a bit earlier, but I'm gonna figure it out. It's okay if I walk a little bit. So that lot is full. That is crazy. Yeah, don't get here at noon. So that's the big lot over there, and it's full apparently. So I'm just gonna keep going. If not, I'll just try to park at a hotel or something. And that's the Rainbow Bridge to Canada. So let me, oh, this is space. No, there's a tree there. All right, let me figure this out. He said go straight and then turn and turn. Bus unloading only. Yeah, we're at the border, by the way. That's the border right there to Canada. There's a madhouse. All right, I'm going to, oh man, if I could park, oh, the same parking lot. Yeah, that's the one that's full. So I'm gonna go straight, I'm gonna go right and right again. Maybe I could just park at the Wyndham. Yeah, I don't care how much I pay. It's like the kid was like, oh, it might be expensive. I'm like, yeah, they pay you like what? Nothing to be a parking attendant. Like, I wish they paid you more, but I'm okay. I'm okay with paying. This guy's a lifesaver. He just let me park next to this Indian restaurant. Oh, it's like halal foods. Oh my God, seriously, foreign hospitality. Forget Southern hospitality. Foreign hospitality is awesome. Okay, I don't care how much I have to pay. I think it's like 25 bucks. So the Punjabi hut, they're awesome. Park here, park next to the Punjabi hut Indian restaurant. There's a guy with a megaphone going parking, parking. And they're gonna let me park here. That's so cool. Oh my God, I'm so happy. So when I'm done, I've got room to put my bike on the back here. It'll be nice and shaded. So I do need to sort that out because my van is a mess right now. This is actually really fun. There's like this is kind of cheesy, but this is cool. Okay, so there's a giant ice cream cone. If you want some ice cream, I'm done with ice cream because it fucking hurts my belly. So I'm gonna go to the visitor center, figure out where I can get a boat. I wanna go on the boat first, and I wanna get soaking wet because it's really, really hot right now. And then I'm going to walk across to Canada. I got my passport, and there are a ton of Indian restaurants up here. The twist oh the mist, that's funny. Oh my God, this is like so cheesy, but this is actually awesome. Okay, proof of life. I'm gonna cross the street. That's the first step, and then there's Rainbow Bridge. I think you just need like your driver's license, although I have my passport with me, which expires next month. So I was hesitant, but I'm like, all these people are just walking across with their driver's license. But I'm gonna walk across with my passport. So get the last month out of it, even though I haven't technically left the country since I went to Canada for breakfast from Detroit. So the last country I went to was Canada, and the next country I'm going to is Canada. Heavy on Canada. Okay, let me go get a boat. Let me figure out how to get a boat from here. This is what I want to do, the Maid of the Mist, the Observation Deck, and Cave of the Wind. So, okay, so that's a 4-hour tour, starts at 1:30 is the last boat, and you're kind of stuck with 28 people for 4 hours on a bus, which I don't want to do. So, I mean, it sounds fine if you're in a group, but I'm going to go do the boat, and then I'm going to walk across the bridge, and then I'm going to check out the falls on my own. So I'm going to kind of do a self-tour today. I don't need to do the Goat Island, or I can do the observation tower and all that, just kind of bit by bit. Not necessarily the $100 tour, which I think would be great if you have a group and it's just easier to keep everyone together. But yeah, so across the street, I think I just walked down to the boat. So let me find out where I just catch a little ship and get soaking wet. So, okay, well that guy wasn't very helpful. So, all right, so now I'm going over to this behemoth of the Niagara Center. I know, I keep reading it as Viagra, probably bad. Anyway, okay, so let me just go down. There's all these people selling you these tours. I think the tour is good if you have kids and you can just hop on and hop off. If you're by yourself, I think the self tour is going to be fine. I don't really want to be on, someone else's time for 4 hours. I would like to do the boat. So let me go in the gift shop and maybe they can be a little bit more helpful. Not very helpful unless you're going to spend your money with them. So let me see if someone can just tell me where the boat dock is. Okay, so if you want information, go in here and talk to the guys in the green shirts. They're super helpful. I can cut through this building to get out the back to go to the Maid of the Mist. So I'm going to do Maid of the Mist, walk across to Canada. There's another boat on the other side. I'm going to do the observation tower on the Canadian side and look at the falls from the Canadian side, which is better. And these run every half an hour. There's also a pizza restaurant and a cafe. Food smells actually pretty good. Probably because I've been driving all day. Magnets, so I'm gonna get magnet t-shirts. Here's the restaurant over here. This guy with a fake pizza. And this is great. This is a really nice souvenir shop actually. So let me get a few things to take with me and then Gets a t-shirt for Harriet. She's outgrown all the kids stuff. I need to get her like adult small. This is cool. Niagara Falls, she'll like that one. She needs long sleeved for winter, so yeah, let me get her some stuff and some stuff. I was gonna wear my lifeguard Niagara Falls rescue team. I should get that. I was gonna get wear my Venice Beach lifeguard t-shirt, but it's actually a shrunk, so I'm gonna have to get a new one. And just to let you know, I'm just doing my civic duty as the Niagara Falls rescue team. My Venice Beach shirt unfortunately was too small because it shrunk. Okay, across from the tourist center, they just, they hate ambiguity. They're just like, we'll just tell you how it is. There is a Niagara Falls State Park. Okay. So you don't need to get a $100 tour. You can just walk over right here to the Maid of the Mist. You can take a trolley if you want to. So I'm at the visitor center. I'm gonna walk through the state park and and then you can go over here if you want to spend the whole day and go to like Goat Island. It's already like 2 o'clock, maybe 1 o'clock. So so then you can just go do this on your own without paying $300 for, like I said, being on a bus with 30 other people you don't know. So for the solo traveler, do what I'm doing. It's actually not that much more expensive to do the solo version. So since I think I saved money on the Punjabi hut parking, so that's good too. Instead of parking in this lot, which would be impossible, although I'm getting good sun today, finally. Okay, and just to clarify, I'm wearing a red shirt this time in a large body of water that falls down on me. Unlike in Yosemite, if you look at that video, I stupidly wore a see-through, white shirt. Ended up being the world's worst wet t-shirt contest, which I would never win because I don't have anything. Anyway, okay, so there's quite a bit of a walk, maybe half a mile to a mile to get down. It is accessible, so if you're in a wheelchair or you have a mobility scooter like the guy with all the beer in his, man, that guy was funny. He rode all the way over to the Punjabi hut. Or if you have a little golf cart, it's all accessible. So this is great. It's actually not busy at all. And maybe I'll see some water. I haven't seen any water yet, so let's see. Oh, there it is peeking through. Oh, wow. Holy crap. Oh, everybody's got ponchos on the Canadian side. So someone once said to me, oh, Canada, it's America's hat. And I was like, oh, so we're basically Canada's pants. So, all right, so the Canadian side is better to look at than the American side. Okay, let's go to the boat. I feel there's gonna be a line. Maid of the Mist, and then there's another boat you can take on the other side. Okay, now this is getting cool. Now it's cooling down, which is fantastic. Oh, holy shit. There we go. Oh, this is cool. Okay, so Niagara Falls is over there. We've got the red team representing Canada, and we have the blue team representing America. There are significantly more Canadians surviving than there are Americans. That is concerning. Maybe I'll take the Canadian side boat because I don't know what happened. That boat was full when they left, so. All right, and that's the observation bridge, and you can actually take the tower down to get down to the bottom, and holy crap, that's the line for the boat. So I don't know how a 4-hour bus is gonna be able to skip the line. So let me just go Visitor Center, Maid of the Mist, and there's Niagara Falls. Well, I'm gonna see it from the bridge, so let me go up to the bridge first. Okay, here's the Maid of the Mist, and we just walk in. Okay. All right, up the stairs to the right, observation deck. I don't think you can go right. Right would be going off the bridge, which doesn't make any sense. This is really fun, actually. This is like American stuff, even though I've been in this country for 32 years. All right, and there's a tour with the flag. Yeah, tours are fine, like cave tours where I'm learning something, but if it's a tourist tour where it's just to get from one place to another, I would say save your money. And the cashier said that you don't skip the line if you go on one of those $100 tours. Okay, so now I'm gonna go back in line and go down. So it looks like you can walk around in the poncho as well when you're done. So that's cool. I didn't get a good picture. There's some people that were just like loitering. I was like, dude, make a better door than a window. And I took a really good picture, but my hat was in the way. So the Canadian boat and the American boat go to the same place. So it's not like you get a better view. you get a better picture on the Canadian side, but the boat tour goes to the same place. So I will walk across Rainbow Bridge, which I think is across over there, and go to Canada and go to the Space Needle thing they have. This is really pretty. Very touristy, not busy. I'm sure in the summertime this is a madhouse, but it's actually not that bad. It is like 1 o'clock in the afternoon. But I have the whole day here, and my adrenaline is kicked in, so that's good. And of course, you know, doing my job. Okay, the line is not long at all. All right, here we go. Oh no, the line is very long actually. I have to get my poncho. I think ponchos were optional. Okay, so we get our poncho. I guess we get to keep it, so I could come in useful when I'm caught in a rainstorm. Okay, we're escaping the apocalypse, and yeah, it's actually really windy and wet down here. Let me put my poncho on. I'm in my poncho. I'm off-duty lifeguard, and I think I'm gonna lose my hat or something. I don't know. We'll see. Oh, is this it? Oh, it is. How do I get up? How do I go up? All right, let's go up. How do we get up? Oh, here we go. All right, we're going up top. Here we are. Tripping over my freaking poncho here. All right, here we are. There's Canada. Where do I want to go? I want to go at the front? Okay. Oh, I see lightning. We're all gonna die. So the apocalypse is, oh, the boat's swaying. Canada's in the lead. We're not even off the boat dock yet. They're winning the race. All right, so I'm gonna go on this side. So I think that's the side the pools are on. All right, we're off. Oh no, they missed the boat. No, wait, just kidding. Okay, so I look like I'm going to like Little Bo Peep's field right now. So it's the only way I can keep my hat. There's a tie under here. It's the only way I can keep my hat staying on my head. But I'm not losing this hat. This is my lucky hat. I've had it for like 9 years. Okay, we're off to war. I've apparently joined the Niagara Falls Navy. This is great. This is actually really fun. Alright, I look like crap. Whatever's going on with this hat on my head. It is windy. And all of my stuff is under my poncho. Well, we're leaving. Bye! Bye! For the second time I've enlisted in some sort of military. Well, I'm getting a shower at least. So I don't have to find a Planet Fitness today, so that's good. I don't want to lose my phone. There's one part of it. And, holy crap, people. Yeah, it's beautiful in my face. So this is why the Canadian view is better, because you get to see all of this. On the American side, you only get to see the corner. You don't get to see the whole thing. Ah, it's beautiful. And some guy went over this in a barrel, like a dumbass. They're all like, USA! Oh my god, where is it? There it is. Okay, we can't see anything on this side.
Try pulling on your camera, it might help.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Now we got see stuff on this side. I got photo Photoshop. I'm okay, I think. I just Photoshop in what it should look like. Kind of like the Instagram. There's Canada. This whole boat's rocking. Please save us. All right, unfortunately we got the seasick group. More seasick group. We got the nutcases that are like, this is awesome. I had no idea this would be this chaotic. I thought it was just going to be like, oh, this one guy's already lost his clothes. Okay, he's ready to jump in. I'm stumbling like the world's ending. Okay, the exposure is not great. I'm literally like doing the potty dance, trying to keep my balance. This is really cool. We're so soaking wet right now. Oh my god. So I love how like chaotic the American side is, and the Canadian side is all like sunny with nothing happening except a beautiful waterfall, and we're like literally in the apocalypse over here. It is a washing machine. We're officially in a washing machine. Oh my god. Oh, we're turning around now. We're not going any further. Oh, this is cool. Oh, look how green the water is. Look how calm Canada is. It's like, yeah, we're just Canadians. I'm gonna walk over there afterwards. Oh, that's beautiful. We're all freaking out because we're like, we're gonna die in a washing machine. The Canadians are like, just, you know, a usual Wednesday for us. All right, I'm the only one down here. Oh, that's funny, they got little kid ponchos. All right, I'm gonna do this whole big mess again, but this time climb up to the crow's nest and get soaking wet again. This is awesome. All right, shoulders getting soaking wet, contacts getting messed up. Again, our side is infinitely more chaotic than the Canadian side. They actually don't have any pools over there. They just get the view of it. We get to climb up because we're special. By the way, I'd highly suggest wearing flip-flops for this whole debacle. All right, up we go. Ah, it's windy. Oh my God. Okay, through the puddles, through more puddles, through the wind. All right, there's some brave souls without the poncho. The baby showing us up. we're all whining, and the kid's like, dude, I'm fine. There you are, is this fun? I have a 10-year-old, so. Oh yeah? Yeah. Anything to make a mess. Yeah, I really just want to get my $28 worth. Literally, like, just preparing for the apocalypse. Just the only reason I can justify doing any of this. It's a bad idea. This is actually really fun. I mean, when you get to get soaking wet at a state park and look like a fool. All right, I'm now at the crow's nest, and I'm just getting like obliterated. All right, it probably took maybe 15-20 minutes. There was a big group of kids like in a summer camp, so I made sure they could all go together, and everyone patiently waited. So now we're back to single file, and then we take this humongous elevator all the way back to the top. So I'm gonna go out to the observation deck, go back and get my charging cord from my van, and then go over to Canada. I have to go back that way anyway to get to the border. Yeah, we'll go over and hang out in Canada for a little bit. Get some Tim Hortons and whatever else they have duty free. So yeah, this is fun. Actually, this is really fun. This is a lot more fun than I anticipated. So, all right, up the elevators. All right, so when you come out the elevators to the right is the observation deck. So this is the very, very end with some, whatever they call magnifying binoculars. Okay, I'm done with America and I'm off duty. So, all right, let me go to Canada now. All right, let's go to the Canadian side. I'm actually in Canadian colors, as luck would have it, so I can pass for Canadian, I think. So as usual, right into the gift shop, and they will definitely get my money. That was fun. That was really fun. That's a pretty hat. I need to wear more baseball caps. Eventually the hat that I'm wearing will disintegrate. All right, there's the ice cream line. Again, I'm no longer eating ice cream unless it's like oat milk. So there's a funicular, I don't know what it's called. And that's it, you just get to view it. You don't get to actually get soaking wet by it over on the Canadian side. So I don't know why people are saying Canada's better. Clearly we're better. So, I mean, you can see everything over here. You can get up close and personal with my own personal waterfall wherever it's going. It is quite spectacular. I thought it was bigger though, as with everything. It looked bigger on Instagram. Anyway, so there it is, the top of a waterfall. And the Canadians going bye-bye. Bye-bye, Canadians. I am now leaving. I don't think I'm actually drying off. Hopefully when I cross Rainbow Bridge, I'll be in the sun for a little bit. So I'm now going back through I gotta go back through the big place over there. So I think I have to go around. It's not the way that I came down. Oh, I can go this way. I think so. They're like, pardon our dust, we're open. Okay, so I'm gonna go to the restroom, go back to Prudence, drop off my souvenir bag with Harriet's t-shirt and some other things, and then go walk to Canada and just spend the rest of the afternoon in Canada, I think. And then come back and put my bike on the back, and then head on to my rest area 2 hours away. I'll sleep well tonight. Oh, this is nice. Tastes of Niagara. Oh, this is good. This looks delicious over here, whatever they're making. They got ice cream as well. It's like now that I can't have ice cream, I'm wanting ice cream. That's funny, you can take a picture next to a water pipe. Anyway, okay, there's ice cream shop, soft serve, that might be okay. I'll go through that gift shop back to Prudence, drop off my bag, and then head over to Canada. But there are some more souvenir shops over here. Probably better ones in Canada too. But I want some lemonade actually. Where do they get lemonade from? Okay, found lemonade. There's a wax museum. Okay, now I'm in like tourist central. Okay, so I'm just gonna get some lemonade, go back to the van, and go to Canada. Besides, I got the best t-shirt you can get. Niagara Falls Rescue Team. Now I'm going across the Rainbow Bridge to Canada. So I think I don't know how to walk across. How do I get to Canada? Do you know how I get to Canada? The bridge to Canada? I said, how do I get to Canada? Where do I walk? Oh, that way?
This way, we're going to Canada.
Oh, you're going to Canada? Okay. So funny, we can just say, oh, I'll just go to Canada right now. Pop across the street.